If you ask any 10-year-old NBA fan who the best player of all time is, chances are the answer will be Steph Curry. While this proves the Warriors point guard is doing something right, it doesn't prove that he is indeed the best of all time, or that he's even in the conversation. In order to be considered that, you need the approval of your peers and the legends who came before you. So in today's video, we'll be seeing what NBA legends think of Steph Curry. But before we do that, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Allen Iverson is considered one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, and if you ask him what he thinks of Steph, who is not too far behind, well, he absolutely loves him. During an event with the Philadelphia 76ers, Iverson was interviewed and asked to share his thoughts on the Warriors' point guard. AI had nothing but praise for Curry and said that he had never seen someone like him before, with that level of ball handling ability and shooting, and even compared him to the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. During the 2015 NBA All-Star Game, Iverson could be seen talking to Steph Curry and apparently told him that he's in his top 5, meaning the sharpshooter is right behind MJ, Kobe, LeBron, and Shaq. When asked what he thinks of the praise, Curry said that it means a lot to hear stuff like that from someone he's always idolized and wanted to be like. Ever since being drafted in the 2009 NBA Draft, Steph Curry has single-handedly changed the way basketball is played in the NBA. After dominating for a few seasons with fellow sharpshooter Klay Thompson, a lot of teams made the three-point shot a priority in their game plan. It's safe to say that Steph could be one of the greatest shooters of all time, and Steve Nash would certainly agree. During an interview for Bleacher Report, Nash showered Curry with compliments and said it's hard to think of anyone who comes close in terms of pure shooting ability, the wide array of shots, and doing it in the clutch. Curry just checks all of the boxes. He also seems to be a fan of Curry's quick and beautiful shooting form, which is just icing on the cake with what he believes is the greatest shooter of all time. Considering that Nash is one of only 6 players in the 50-40-90 club, he surely knows what he's talking about when it comes to shooting. Working for TNT and being a co-host for their show Inside the NBA, along with Chuck, Kenny, and Ernie, Shaquille O'Neal has had plenty of opportunities to talk about the Warriors' point guard. During one segment of the show, when the big fella was celebrating his 46th birthday, Shaq and his co-host got into a discussion about Steph Curry. When it was his turn to talk, the big Aristotle said that Curry is his favorite player to watch, and if he had to pay to watch someone play, Curry would be right there with LeBron and just a few other guys. He then went on to rave about Curry's consistency, saying that it's impressive he was able to do that for so long, which proves that he's a great player. But that was just one instance in which Shaq has complimented Curry. In another instance, when O'Neal was a guest on the Conan O'Brien show, Conan said something that not many people know about the legendary center, and that he sometimes used to let other players score if he liked their game. This only happened in the regular season, Shaq added. Among the players he liked was Tracy McGrady, but if he had to choose someone from this era, Shaq said that he would let Curry score all the time and that he was a big fan of his game. Quite the words there from a legend who doesn't give out that kind of praise easily. As one of the greatest shooters during his time with the Boston Celtics in the 1980s, Larry Bird also thinks very highly of the Warriors All-Star and had no trouble giving him many compliments. During an interview, Larry Legend was asked to share his thoughts on the point guard, and Bird said that it's much easier for players like him to succeed in this era compared to back in the day when he was playing, because nowadays the rules are so much more strict for defenders in the paint. This allows Curry to use his impressive quickness and craftiness around the rim to score with ease. Adding his otherworldly-like shooting ability to the mix make Curry almost impossible to deal with, according to the Celtics legend. Despite never winning an NBA championship, Charles Barkley is an NBA Hall of Famer, and his opinions and knowledge about the game are definitely appreciated. When it comes to his opinion about Steph Curry, Chuck seems to change his mind all the time, but we still can check out what he has to say. As a co-host of Inside the NBA on TNT, Barkley and the crew get into plenty of discussions about who the best players are. One night when they were asked to name their top 5 players who are currently in the NBA, Chuck did not have Stephen Curry on his list. The Hall of Famer had Giannis, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard. But there was no sign of Steph Curry. In 2019, however, when the topic of Curry was brought up to him again, Chuck said that by being a two-time champion and MVP, Steph has to be in the conversation along with other greats we have today. When talking about his skill set, though, Barkley doesn't seem to be a big fan, saying that Curry is just a great shooter and nothing more. Despite a few contradictions, it seems like the round mound of rebound is not the biggest Curry fan out there. Chuck may have his doubts about Steph, but there is no doubt in his or anyone else's mind about who the greatest basketball player of all time is. Michael Jordan could do it all: score, defend, be a playmaker. MJ was dominant in every aspect of the game, winning 6 NBA championships in the process. So if you're going to look for opinions on other players, there's no better man to ask than the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. Just like his friend Barkley, though, MJ doesn't seem to be a fan. In one instance, MJ said that while Steph is a great player, he is still not a Hall of Famer and would have to do a lot more to get there. Being an MJ fan throughout his childhood, Curry was surely not happy to hear those comments, and when asked if he had ever signed sneakers and then sent them to a hater, Curry took shots at Jordan's remarks by answering the question with, "I might have to send them to MJ." Although he was probably joking, Steph surely didn't appreciate what Jordan had to say about him. So what do you think of Steph Curry's game? Do you consider him one of the greatest of all time? Let us know in the comments section, and as always, subscribe to our channel and leave us a like.